All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I was watching a video, a live stream that was done earlier this morning by the elder brother Rakah Yaquam from London, and he was going into famine. All right, he was going into the marks, famine, and I caught the last end of it, and he went into he was making some good points on how they're going to be able to definitely tie in uh, the digital ID to food rations and pretty much everything or anything you need to get. Like today, for example, certain things that you might want to do or want to get, you need to have certain credentials in order to get, like to open a bank account, you need an ID and all of these different things. So in that time, when things get hard and people find themselves in a state of desperation and, things get so scarce that now it has to be rationed and handed out by the government, they're going to have certain stipulations and certain requirements in order for you to then get your hands on whatever goods you need. And because of that, they're going to be able to they need some form of identification system. All right, how do we measure your rations and whether you're eligible or you get some? It's all through identification. Okay, it's all through identification. So that was a good point he made. But one thing he also said was, with how things are moving right now, really anything could happen at any moment. Okay, things could pop off at any moment, and we ought to really be in a state of readiness, because you don't know what day it'll be. You don't know, you might be at work, you may be driving, you may be at home, you may be at camp. Okay, you don't know what day it'll be that something major goes down, that just starts to trigger this mass domino effect, whatever field it'll come in, because we know that these devils are coming from all fronts. But there's a great impending inevitable crash and collapse, all right, that's awaiting. Okay, that's rushing to happen. Okay, and at any moment, and it's likely that they will do it all at once, so that it's maximum chaos, and it has people bugging out all over the place. And when that time comes, you're gonna have to think about, well, what do you do? And that's why you have to be in a state of readiness. You got to be like Spider-Man and Superman. How they always got the suit, their crime fighting outfit under their regular work attire, because they never know when they may be outside or may be at work, and something may go down where they need to change. So instead, you just carry it with you all the time, so that when the time, when the day finally comes, you're ready. Okay, because maybe that few minutes it might take you to go back and go grab it and come back, you may, you may have cost, you may have lost whatever it is you were trying to go stop. So we always have to be in that state of readiness of mind. Okay, being alert and being circumspect, because blessed be us, we know what to expect, right? We know what to look for. We know what signs to watch out for. So when we see these things with the food prices going up, which I did a video yesterday that was saying that the prices that you're seeing now in the markets do not actually reflect the correct food prices, meaning that by the fall, the prices are going to go up even higher, because what you're seeing now is without the farmers, I guess you could say, compensation, right? They do the work, they pay up front, and then they collect whatever expenses at the end, and that's going to be passed on to you. So when they have to pay a lot more to get that farming done, because a lot of the farming tools and all of those things are the farming tools, you got to put diesel in that. You got to put gas in that. tractors, all these things. So they gotta pay a high price, a high amount, just to be. Hey, they said certain farmers, about 55% of their costs is just in like gas and those kinds of things alone, oil, gas, all these kinds of things, because of how high the prices are going up. So when they have to pay more, typically you would feel about 18 months later is when that price hike would transition onto the consumers to accommodate for what the farmers had to use. But they're saying that now you're looking at probably fall, prices of food might be doubling, because now I gave the example that it's like paying for an item without tax. Okay, so you go and it says it's $5.99, but that's without tax. So you're not really paying the full price, because there's still added tax that they're gonna put on. So Americans are gonna start to see that added tax nearing the fall. So you can already see that they're calling it a perfect storm, because you have supply and demand, right? Now, there's times when you can have low supply, and there's times when you can just have extremely high demand. But now what you have is both at the same time. You have extremely low. All right, you have supply shortages, and you have an extremely high demand. So that's a bad combination, a perfect storm. Now I want to start off with the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 33. It says, "Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is." Okay, take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. And it's really talking about the day of the Lord, the return of the Lord. Okay, but you can apply it to that the exact date when all this hell breaks loose, because even in that we don't know the exact date, per se, when all this hell is gonna break loose. Okay, we see, we're seeing the signs, of the times and all of that, but we don't know exactly the day, or the one specific event that's gonna cause all of this to go down. Okay, and so we have to what? We have to watch, as it says here, take heed. So take heed means you're looking around you, you're paying attention to what's going on around you. You're monitoring your surroundings. You're staying on your watchtower. That's how you stay ready. When you're ready, you don't let your guard down, because you don't know that it could be this morning, it could be tomorrow morning. You got to be in that mindset that, all right, I'm doing everything I got to do, but I'm doing that with a mindset that, okay, shit could go south just like that. Okay, it says here, watch and pray. So we're watching, but you also have to pray, because you see the things that are coming, but now comes you got to pray for the Lord to have mercy on you, so that you can get delivered out of it. Okay, you gotta there's certain behavior that you have to forego in order to be sober minded, in order to be able to fully watch. Okay, it says here, for ye know not when the time is. Okay, so the next one is in the book of Peter, First Peter chapter 4. Or maybe I got that. No, First Peter doesn't have 4. Maybe, I'm in the wrong area. Okay, First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "But the end of all things is at hand." All right. So what does that mean? That means the time, we're at the last days. We're at the time where we're seeing the collapse of all of these things. We're seeing now it's starting off as a systematic, orchestrated collapse by these elites. But the Lord said it's going to be a time like never before. So they're going to start it off. They're going to have their hand in it. They're going to, manufacture the famines, manufacture this, set this up here. But it's going to take a drastic turn. Okay, it's going to take a drastic turn, and it's going to get out of hand. The scriptures say that the powers shall be shaken. Okay, So it's gonna take a drastic turn, and it's gonna get out of hand, and it's gonna escalate to a level that is uncontrollable, a level that has never been seen before, right? And that's gonna usher in the end of all things, being the end of this age, to the point where you're gonna have nuclear missiles flying. You're gonna have dead bodies in the streets, like in the movie Bushwick, where the girl's man, he dies right there, and that's it. She at first she's panicking, and she's trying to go get help, and then she totally forgets about her man, because it's so violent. So I mean, you don't have a second to keep your thought on one thing, because at first her thought was on her man who's dead, and then there's gunshots, there's gangs shooting, there's police shooting, then she's running, and then there's dudes trying to rape her, and so there's constantly something going on, no relief, and her man was just there on the train, on the stairs of the train station, the subway stairs, dead body. That's it, through. Okay, and then that was the end of his story. See, so these are the things, these are the kinds of things that are going to be taking place very soon, that are going to manifest as a result of these signs that we are seeing. And the worst thing to be in this time is unprepared, is unbelieving. Because these unbelievers have no clue what's coming to them, and they're going to get hit the hardest. Lacking faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to be detrimental. All right, it's going to be very detrimental, because you're not going to be in a state of readiness. You're going to be just like the masses walking around, and the scriptures say, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. And if you were born in vain to the Lord, then you're not. What purpose do you serve him for him to deliver you? The scriptures say that the Lord is going to deliver his servants. But if you are not serving the Lord, then you have no part in that deliverance that's coming. So it says, 1 Peter 4:7, but the end of all things is at hand. So the system as you know it, you could just walk to the store and just go buy, you pull out your wallet, pull out some cash, and that's done. Okay, that's done. You having the freedom to just go and do whatever you want to do, and say whatever you want to say, and feel how you want to feel, that's done. You having the privacy, that's done. All right, because what we're gonna have is two transitions. All right, fairly back to back, because you're gonna have the first transition from the old world to the chaos, into their new order, and right in the middle of that, you're gonna have another transition from this whole age into the new age, which is the kingdom of heaven. It says here, be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. So in order to be ready, you have to be sober. Okay, you have to, and then there's a lot of police patrols, around. I noticed that a lot. And I remember this during the pandemic, you used to see a lot of them, and now it's more and more and more. But nevertheless, as it says, therefore, be ye therefore sober, meaning being sober-minded, not being held down in your thoughts. As the Lord told Ezra, let go from the mortal thoughts, right? And the thoughts that are most heavy onto thee. Because now is the time. You can't afford to give up your mind to things that are not necessary. You have to ration your thoughts. You have to ration what you give attention and energy to. And you have to set it up in a way where you can give maximum energy and attention to serving the Lord, because now you see that that's the only way out of this thing. The people in the world don't have the solution. They're not ready. And now they're starting to feel the effects of not being ready, and some of them are still not ready. They're going to panic. So you're not going to be able to look to them for answers. The scriptures say there shall be no man left to till the ground, to comfort them, to give you instructions on what to do, where to go. You're going to have people deceiving people. In the TV show Black Summer, right, there's a scene where there's this old lady. She has a car, and she's driving, and then this guy pulls up, and he pulls up to the she's in the driver's seat, He's on her left side by the door. And he deceives her into thinking that she can trust him so that he can drive. He can get in the car and he can drive and they'll be good. And look, I have a family too and I know where to go and I know what to do. Okay. She says, don't screw me over. He said, look, I'm a Christian like you. I'm not going to do none of that. Look, we all got to stick together. You know, there's dangerous people out here. And then she gives him the keys. He gets in the driver's seat, puts his hand on the steering wheel. He fills out the steering wheel a bit. He stops for a second. He says, get the F out. That's the first thing he says, get the F out. And she's like, she's confused. She's, what the hell just happened? Did he just say, get the F out? Oh, shit. And now she done just lost her car. Now, I don't remember too much what happened after that, if she ended up getting out and losing the car or what happened. But that just goes to show you that in that time, you're going to have people deceiving others as well. All right? You're going to have people like Diego from The Purge, the second movie. It's Diego's night. You're going to have people that, yo, look, I know where to go. I got a safe spot. It's dangerous out here. Come with me. And you go, and then you end up getting trafficked. You become a sex slave or some shit. Oh, okay, she got out and the guy drove off. Okay, count the water. So there you go. So you're going to, especially if you don't know what's going on or what to do, and if you don't have a man of the Lord around you, whether it's your man or your son or your father or your cousin, somebody, all right, if you don't have that, you're not going, you know, if the Lord ain't guiding you, you're not going to be able to know how to discern, should I actually trust this person? Should I not? Should I go here? Should I not? Should I stay? What should I do? People are not going to know what to do. And because of that, they're going to be easily swayed into dangerous predicaments. Oh, that's a spirit, 144. License plate said 144. Call Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. They're going to be swayed left and right. Somebody comes and says, oh, I know where we can get some food. You know, just come with me. Just come with me. And then you go and follow him and there's no food. You enter this room. He closes the door behind you. And now you turning around like, wait, but there's no food. He's like, no, you the food. See? So there's going to be that it's going to be very difficult, especially for people, especially for women too, because you're just walking out, just being seen out there is going to make you a target. All right. A lot of you're hearing, especially today, a lot of sexual assault cases. Dude rapes a chick, kills her. Rapes a chick, robs her. Dude, there was a thing about a dude that raped a woman in broad daylight in the park, where cops be patrolling and people be walking by. He waited for her outside her crib and then threatened her with a knife and took her to the park and raped her and then robbed her and went to the bodega to buy a $3 drink or some shit. And you're hearing a lot of that because a lot of these men, whatever is going on, they're being sexually deprived. Because a lot of these women are being unfaithful and they're being high-minded because of social media. So they're teasing a lot of these men. You teasing me, you naughty. All right, it's a joke. But anyway, you know, they're teasing a lot of these men. You know, they'll post pictures, they'll talk to them a certain way, they'll lead them on, you know. Naughty. You know, and these men, you know, it's getting to the point where they're getting fed up. And spirits are jumping on them and taking advantage of that, you know, and driving it full force. So when that time comes, they're going to be praised. They're going to be praised. Walking out and not knowing, damn, can I actually trust this man? Because the past 20 encounters I've had, dudes have tried to take me and I had to run for my life. I don't know who I can trust. I don't know who's actually trying to help me or who's trying to just take advantage of me. And that's going to be another dilemma that people are going to have to face in that time. So, indeed, it is a perfect storm. Okay, but that's why you have to be ready. Okay? Don't try to get ready in that time. Stay ready. Get ready now and stay ready. And you stay ready by staying in the spirit. Because we walk by faith, not by sight. And that's how we're going to live. The just shall live by faith. So, I'm going to read this again. 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Okay, so definitely remain alert, remain sober. Don't Don't go doing risky activities. All right, because you don't want to have a spiral or a domino effect that can end up harming your chances of salvation because of one bad decision that you made. Especially now that we're close, now that we need the Lord the most, you got to make sure that you're doing the best you can to please the Lord. That you depositing money into your spiritual bank account that you can withdraw from in that time. And some people are going to find out that they've been depositing the wrong currency and their bank account is empty and dry as hell. So you gotta watch out for that. Now this is Matthew 24, verse 43, and it says, like I said, this is referring to the return of the Lord, the day the Lord returns, because we don't know, okay. But just like the return of the Lord, Jacob's trouble is also coming, and we don't know exactly, what day is gonna hit, but we know it's very soon because we're in those times. Matthew 24 and 43. But know this. Oh, yep, there we go. But know this, Salakia, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. So, since you don't know what you know the thief is coming, but you don't know what watch he's coming in, what is the most secure thing to do? What is the brute force way to handle this problem? Well, watch all the time. Okay, watch all the time. Because you don't know if he's coming in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. So you got to watch morning, afternoon, and evening. You have a better chance of catching him if you watch all three, all right, than to say I'm a guess maybe the afternoon and watch then. No. You can't afford this thief that's coming. You can't afford it. Okay? So watch. That's why the Lord always mentions that. Watch, as well as pray. Okay? Because when the day finally comes, we going to know. And no, we keep telling you that, look, when Jacob's trouble goes into effect, right? When we're in that time, it will be apparent. You will know beyond beyond a shadow of a doubt, you will know that, yeah, this is definitely got to be Jacob's trouble. Because if it's not Jacob's trouble, I don't know what it is. Okay? All right, next is in the book of Ephesians. And as you've been seeing, if you've been paying attention to the news, you've been seeing that crime has been going up. A lot of stabbings, a lot of shootings, a lot of, just crazy activity going on. And that's the Spirit of the Lord sending out judgments out here. Okay, and so you want to be circumspect. Of course, the Lord is going to have that hedge protecting, all right, his elect. But you want to make sure you're circumspect and you're not just out here and about, going into vulnerable positions and not not paying attention to what's going on around you. All right, you want to stay out of places that are prone to judgment. You want to stay away from people that are likely to get judged. You want to stay away from activities that can bring, damnation upon you. Because judgment is definitely going out. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So circumspectly meaning looking all around you. All right. Circum meaning, around, and spect is to look or to spectate. So you got to look all around you. You got to inspect your surroundings. Surroundings, right? When they surround you, that means they cover you on all sides. So you got to be circumspect. You got to watch all around you. Why is that? Because evil can be on your right, in front of you, behind you, on your left, diagonally. So you got to constantly monitor it. Not saying this doesn't mean that you got to, go in the streets and just be all paranoid. Look, what's going on? Looking to your left, to your right, to your who you? Back up. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do all of that, okay? But just be alert. You walk into a building, look around. Watch the people. Look where the exit's at. What's going on. Watch the surroundings. Okay? Don't walk around just with your shoulders all slumped. Your guard is all down. You're dragging yourself all around. You know what I'm saying? you got to be in a state of readiness. Because at any moment, at any point, and it's looking like this year might be, the year that something heavy goes down, as it's already starting, going into summertime, going into the ending of June, mid-June, going into July, August. All right, they're talking about mass layoffs are coming. So people it's like the preparation for the purge, and people are becoming more and more desperate, and people are becoming more and more bugged out. Okay, so Ephesians 5:15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Going into who you talk to, how you talk to them, what do you say to them? All of these things, man. Okay, all of these things. You got to keep keep in mind, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So you know that. You know what times we're in. You know what are the what are the do's and the don'ts. So especially knowing that, you don't really have an excuse. Okay, now lastly, I want to go to the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, and I want to start at the first verse. It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, but but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Okay, and in this time, look, when they're talking about inflation and food scarcity and what, less than 10 weeks now of grain left, and they're talking about a recession coming, you don't need us to tell you, yo, you know what this means, right? You know what time it is, right? You already know. Okay, you already know what to expect, because we've been waiting for these things to happen. Verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, as well as you know perfectly that these things are precursors to the return of the Lord. Okay, verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And saying peace and safety doesn't have to be a literal saying, them going around literally saying peace and safety, peace and safety, peace and safety. No, but it shows by their actions, by their mindset, by the things that they engage in, by the conversations that people have. Okay, that shows you that they're in a state of peace and safety. Okay, but being in that state, when they're in that state, sudden destruction is going to come upon them. So they're not going to know from whence it cometh. As people are seeing these effects now, and they're still, see, the reason these elites utilize bread and circuses is so that they can keep people in a state of peace and safety. So that when the judgment, when they let this thing collapse, it'll take people by surprise. Okay? So they throw out Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and you hearing this shit, you like, what? Like, what? I mean, what? They throwing out different distractions. Okay, now these distractions are events, but they're events that are highlighted on a mass scale and emphasized so that they'll grab your attention. So even people that didn't care at first will now get involved, and now they're so into it, and oh wow, oh shit, Johnny won. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for him. And like I said, these are things that happen, but why does there have to be so much emphasis and publicity on it? Right now, shouldn't the publicity and the attention be on the actual hellish conditions that are brewing and getting ready to storm the world? See? So these are used to keep the people distracted, because when the people start to look at the real things that are going on, they'll start to wake up out of that condition. They'll start to panic. They'll start to get ready. They'll start to say, look, I got to start doing something. All right, those that have at least half a brain. But the rest, they're just going to keep on enjoying the bread and circuses until there's no more. And then they're left with just straight hell. So continuing on, it says here, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because when it hits them, they're going to want to escape. They're going to be looking for a way out, but there is going to be none. All the doors are going to be closed at that point. Verse 4, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Why? Because we have the light. We're in readiness. Okay? We're watching. We're waiting for these things to happen. So we're not in darkness. We're in the light. We see what's going on. We see how far things are and how rapidly they're coming. All right. But if you're in darkness, you can't see what's around you. You can't see if something is directly next to you or if it's far away from you. You can't see if you're about to step on something, or if something, you can't see those things because you're in darkness. And that's these people. And that's why they walk on in darkness. That's why you have people walking about, going about their everyday to day lives like there's nothing going on. And that's because they don't see the dangers because they're in darkness. But we can see clearly what's going on. So that's why, whoa, shit, that's what's coming. And our reaction is completely different from the rest of this world. And that's the reason, because the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, has blessed us with the eyes, okay, with the eye salve to be able to see through these covers and these smoke screens and to see ahead as to what the true deal is. It says that day should take you as a thief, because when does a thief strike? He doesn't strike in broad daylight. He's going to wait till the conditions are perfect for him so he can attack stealthily, so he can come at night. If he comes in all black at night, chances are that the chances of you seeing him is going to be very slim. So if you don't have your lights on, then it's much easier for that thief to pull up on your ass, because you're providing a good environment for him to take advantage of you. Verse 5, ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. And that's why the mindset we have, the people we surround ourselves with, all right, the things we engage in are things that are light. They pertain to the scriptures. Okay, they're beneficial. It says, verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Now, what happens when you sleep? You turn the lights off, right? You turn the lights off and you go to sleep. But once the lights come on, say you're sleeping, right? And it's in the morning and you got your blinds down, and then your mom or somebody comes in there and they roll up those blinds and the light just shines all on your face. That's one of the main ways to wake somebody up. What's that? Yo, close that, yo. Right? And it's going to wake you up, and it's going to be hard to sleep when that light is shining in your face. Well, that's what happened. When the Lord called us into this truth, he rolled up those blinds, and the direct light just beamed into our face, and we couldn't sleep anymore. We had to wake up. And we've been awake ever since. But these people, since they're in darkness, they continue to sleep. And they continue to sleep. But as it says, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Now, this doesn't mean that you cannot go to bed. Obviously we physically sleep and wake up, but being asleep in the mind, being unaware of what's going on, being unaware of what's to happen or what's to come, not being able to see the evil and hide yourself. The scriptures say in Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runneth into it and are safe. See, so that's how we hide ourselves. It says, verse 7, for they that sleep in the night. There you go. And they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. And this is very important. A breastplate protects a lot of your vital organs. And that's your faith. Now, once you lose that faith, you're exposed. And that exposure can lead to some very detrimental attacks from this world, from the different temptations, from the different philosophies out here, from the different, trials that are coming, different hardships and tribulation. Okay. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it on that. Let's see. Shalom, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham to all of you that tuned in. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. Hey, be in a state of readiness, because things are hot. Things are hot out here, and you see it. You see the heat out here. So be in a state of readiness and get ready, because something is about to go. Some things are about to go down, and you want to make sure you're ready in the mind for that. So with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.